Hello Rails and welcome back to Happy Blonde. Woo! Okay, today was definitely gonna go different in my head. Today is August 26th. It is 1:04 in the afternoon, and today we have an aerial party. And now that sounds very, very interesting, considering that obviously Ariel has been our character of the summer. She has booked a lot. However, today is our first ever party for an adult. The birthday girl today is gonna be 27, so I feel like we should call her birthday woman. And originally my aerial performer, which is Vale, was going to be friends with Ariel. However, she did have a family emergency last minute. She messaged me yesterday, and obviously I can cover for her. I can perform as any character that obviously shares my skin tone and my facial features, and Ariel is one of them. So obviously I can fill in. Andy's gonna be our staff because this was very like a last minute switch up, but not mad at it at all. I have an incredible cast, you know. I said that Vale couldn't make it, and I asked the girls on the chat, and in 20 minutes I had already solved the issue. So that's the good thing about having a good, responsible cast that actually responds to messages. Hi, if you don't know who I am, my name is Shirley, better known as Happy Blonde on social media. I am a party princess, content creator, performance coach at my own academy, and the proud owner of the character entertainment company Pixie Dusted. So obviously I was not ready to perform today. My hair is so greasy that, you know, that's not a problem. However, I did do my nails this morning. This is the Bettina Iced Coffee color, I think it is. I still have to clean the edges, obviously. I was gonna do them pink because I'm filming tomorrow, like a choreography. However, pink and Ariel just, it wasn't a vibe for me. I wanted something a little bit more classy, and obviously went with this color. And now I'm gonna do my brows because, again, I was not ready to be a party princess today. But the good thing is that, you know, I have a very responsive cast that whenever I say like, hey, oh my gosh, like, you know, I need somebody to fill in, they all respond pretty quickly. That's the good thing about having more than one girl. Hi, Meg. Be able to portray characters. Each and every one of my characters has at least 2 performers that can portray them. The only one that doesn't have a double is Andy, even though some of the characters that she does do have doubles. But for example, Isabella doesn't. Asha, which is going to be the new Disney princess, will not, I think. I don't know. I have to check that out. Let's go ahead and do my brows. Oh, I haven't brushed these yet. Oh my god. So you're gonna see an instant change in quality. I just flipped to my phone. That wasn't supposed to fall. I just flipped to my phone. I finished watching a movie. It was called The Lair. I don't know, like, it's kind of like an alien-y movie. This contact is like killing me, but we're gonna work with it. I'm in my bathroom because I'm going to film my aerial makeup tutorial for the academy. But I am obviously doing my princess phase. I do have a YouTube video here on my channel where I basically explain, you know, how to apply the proper products in order to get like a flawless princess makeup base for parties and events that lasts literally how much you need it to. I've worn princess makeup for literal full-on days. And you know, I don't have breakouts on my skin and whatnot because I take care of it. And oh my god, never touch your contacts the way I do. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do before Andy gets here. It is pouring rain. I'm pretty sure we're in the middle of a thunderstorm. Client hasn't texted or anything, so that means that obviously, you know, party is up and running and going. So everything is falling. Okay, you guys, so I am at the venue waiting for Andy. This venue we've actually been to before because we had a Snow White party here. Yeah, I just filmed the aerial makeup tutorial. Obviously I just finished. My lashes were not cooperating today. I argued with this contact and with this lash. I see Andy on the outside. my god, how is this party gonna go? I truly don't have a plan. Hi, so it's another day doing characters we never do. Last time it was me for Ariel. We gotta sit down and talk about that. But we just went to the bougiest neighborhood in all the island. We love coming here for a Moana party that we were so scared for, but it was so wholesome.
She was the sweetest little girl I've ever seen in my entire life. I love her.
And her goodbye hugs, like I was looking at her backwards because obviously like I'm looking at Moana, but like she saw her little face and she was just like,
Her face lit up and I said, can I have a hug? Oh my God, she was the sweetest.
We gotta explain, but let's get out of here. Good morning. So it's a couple days after the Moana party. Honestly, after we came home, we were just so exhausted that, you know, Andy went home and I just simply died. But I really want to talk about these two parties, kind of wrap them up, and give you guys some advice as to whenever you are going into parties working blind. Pardon the distraction. I am obviously getting ready for work, and apparently, there we go. Couldn't put this necklace on myself. So as a party princess, whether you are an owner or a performer, you are not supposed to be working parties blindly. Now there are obviously some exceptions to the rule. Usually whenever my own girls work at parties, I always tell them obviously the character that they are going to be working as and the type of costume. We have various costumes and overlays, therefore I always tell them beforehand so that they can properly prepare. I give them the details of the birthday girl. If it is a birthday, you know, what's her name, what's her age gonna be. If we have a special note from the mom, I usually include that in as well. I always tell them their intro song, if it's gonna be in Spanish or in English, because obviously in Puerto Rico we speak Spanish mostly, but sometimes clients do want the songs in English. I also tell them the approximate amount of kids that they are going to be expecting, and I try to give them a little preview of the location if we have been there before. That way they can go into the party properly prepared. Obviously they know their princess schedule and what they're supposed to do at each party beforehand because they train for that. But I try to give them as many details as possible so that they can properly understand where it is that they're going. Now let's talk about the Ariel party. The Ariel party was definitely going in blind for us. It was a 27-year-old, and whenever Andy came back to the car, she looked at me and she's like, oh my gosh, this is an entire change of plans. It is actually a baby shower and the future baby mama is going to get her birthday celebrated as a surprise. So we walk in there, like I walk in, you know, with Little Mermaid cake on hand, and I walk in to find that everything is Lion King themed. It was all very beautiful though. And you know, there are some adults that get really excited over Disney. Obviously we're Disney adults, but there are some adults that they just go numb and they act kind of like 2-year-olds would whenever they're scared of characters, and that's exactly what happened at that party. That 27-year-old was very traumatized. She did not want to move. She was so shy. She honestly did not know what to do with her life. And there was one little girl at the party. I tried to talk to her and I started talking to her, but she really wasn't carrying around the conversation. So we did pictures. I obviously sang, and I tried to walk around with the few little kids. I can tell you that they were probably 4. And the mom of the birthday girl, birthday woman, she looked at my attendant and she's like, okay, thank you, you can go now. And my attendant was like, excuse me? And she was like, yeah, like, we're sorry, you know, we're in storm and hurricane season, you guys come from really far, people are not interacting, so, you know, you did a wonderful job, thank you. So we ended up leaving the party beforehand because nobody wanted to do anything. We went into that party blindly, not even understanding how this 27-year-old was going to react. I did have a lot of activities and trivias that the adults could do, but you know, at the end of the day, we only did pictures and the client was happy with that. Yes, that was very blind. In the case of the Moana party, it wasn't as to the fact that we were entirely blind, kind of like this one. The Ariel party, the good thing was also that we knew the location. So we had been there before and we were familiar with it. with the Moana party, we have worked parties in that neighborhood before, and you know, we knew the age of the little girl, we knew that she was going to be 4 and that her birthday party was going to be Moana themed. However, since it was Grandma who booked us, Grandma didn't really have all the details possible, so we only had, like, you know, the name of the street and the house. We usually have a pin location. We obviously didn't, so it was, you know, a time of hunting around for the house whenever we got there and driving around. Grandma didn't know the amount of kids that were going to be there. Grandma didn't know the language that, you know, Moana should sing the song in. We honestly went into the party blind by saying that we had half of the details, but the details that were truly important for us to carry out activities were truly not there. That's why I packed storybooks, I packed the Moana activity, bubbles, trivia, a puzzle. I packed so many things into Moana's bag, and honestly, it was not needed. Whenever we walked into the house, when we found the house, it was huge, by the way, whenever we walked into the house, the little girl just clung onto Moana, and it was one of those visits that the visit was specifically for the little girl. She was asking about Maui and Heihei and Pua and everybody else and where she had voyaged from, and she talked so much with Moana, and the parents respected the fact that the little girl wanted that private time with Moana. That time went by just swiftly. The little girl clung onto her, they sang happy birthday, they took some pictures, and then Moana gave her her gift, and at the end it was so beautiful because the little girl just looked at her and she was like, "Do you really want to go?" And Moana was like, "Of course I don't want to go, but I do have to go back because I do have to meet up with Maui." And, you know, the little girl, like, she didn't want Moana to go, and that's why you saw us in the car whenever Andy told her, like, "Can I have a hug?" Her little eyes just lit up, and she even told Grandma, which was the person who hired us, she was like, "I don't like the Moana in the movie, but I do like her." And the Grandma was like, "It's the same person," and she was like, "But I really like her." So at the end of the day, we did truly do our job, and you know, the best advice that I can give you whenever you are going into parties blindly is to have a lot of activities and a lot of plan A's, B's, C's, and D's prepared, just in case anything happens at the party, you can still manage it. At the Ariel party, even though it was all adults, I still managed to be there half of the time and venture around and do my job. And at the Moana party, she quickly adapted into whatever the little girl wanted to do. She had all the activities prepared, but you know, she quickly adapted. So whenever you are going into parties blindly, I would definitely say be open to adapting to anything that can happen. Obviously, maintain your character integrity at all times. Have those plan A's, B's, C's, and D's. But at the end of the day, obviously, have fun with it. Sometimes we do have all the details and sometimes we don't, but I truly hope that these small adventures were very educational and a little bit of fun. I hope to see you all in the next one. Happy Blonde signing off, and stay royal. Bye!